Welcome everyone to the CriticalX League hosted by CriticalX powered by Game.tv. I'm your host therealCCV, and today we have a great match lined up. We have Skybound Esports versus Sun Asia Esports being played on the map of Clubhouse. The first bans that were there were very different and quite opposite bans, to be honest. Skybound initially banned Conslet, meanwhile Sun Asia picked a much more smaller map that was Coastline. Skybound once again went for a larger ban, Villa, and Sun Asia replied with yet another close combat map that was Border. Eventually Theme Park was banned, and Theme Park, that's a different story. But the final two maps that were there were Cafe and Clubhouse, and it was Sun Asia who had the last ban, and they chose to ban Cafe, and we have eventually settled on Clubhouse, and it's going to be the defense of Sun Asia and the attack of Skybound. We'll get into my predictions for the operators later and the operator bans later, but meanwhile I think with Skybound choosing attack first, they definitely have a specific strategy in mind, because Clubhouse, I would say it's a defender sided map, and defenders favor it heavily, whether that be some site, whether that be CCTV site, bedroom, or even basement. Defenders are much more favorable. But let's see what Skybound have to offer, and let's see what Sun Asia has to offer, as we'll have a quick glance at the group stages and the league standings before we jump into the match. And right now Sun Asia and Skybound, both of them are safe, and both of them are in the top 4 to qualify. Of course, the top 2 teams are in Group E at the moment are Never Diamonds and Sangfroid. Both of their qualifying spots are completely taken, and so once again, Never Diamonds are at the complete top with 21, and Sangfroid is also at second, so both of their positions are secured. Sun Asia's position is also secured. Meanwhile, they are bound to get into fourth place, but they are still qualified nonetheless. And Skybound Esports, they are still a little Humpty Dumpty, as Raw Esports still behind by 3 points. Raw Esports need to win their match, and Sun Asia need to win this match in order for Skybound to remain at 13 points, and for Raw Esports to have a chance at qualifying. So Raw Esports have all their bets and have all their hopes on Sun Asia, and let's see how that changes. So Skybound, if they win this match, they'll surely qualify, and Group E will be locked down, though their positions, the Sun Asia and Skybound's positions, will stay unknown. Sun Asia, if they win this match, they'll move on to 19 points, and they'll overtake Sangfroid, and they'll be the number 2 squad. And not to mention the other consequence that is there, that if Raw Esports win their match, Skybound and Raw may have a little points battle. But never mind, we'll be starting off in the game in just And we are in, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Skybound Esports versus Sun Asia Esports, being played on the map of Clubhouse. We'll be starting off with the operator bans, and for the operator bans, I think with Sun Asia, they'll ban an attacker that heavily favors and heavily revolves around the idea of hard breach. Thatcher, Thermite, not Thermite, I'd say Hibana or Maverick can also be banned, or they can go for a vertical player ban, since vertical player also runs rampant, but it will be Thatcher. And the thing with Thatcher is Thatcher slows down the game by a lot of margin. You know, after Thatcher being banned, either you have one viable option, that's to go for vertical play from below with Ash, Buck, Zofia, anything, or you use a Maverick, and both of those options are very slow. For vertical play, you need to clear out roamers, you need someone like Nomad and IQ watching your flank, and then you can start with vertical play. Meanwhile, for Maverick, you have to be aware of C4s and whatnot, and it's also a much more slower process. But the defense bans coming in, we have Capitao and Maestro being banned. So Capitao, once again, a fairly decent ban, you know, he's very useful, and so is Maestro. Maestro and Echo are 2 operators that are very good on this map, and Mira is also a great operator, especially when you're defending gym and bedroom. You know, one of our mirrors can be placed in cache, meanwhile the other can be placed in bathroom, in bedroom, and they can cause ruckus for the attackers, and they can be very hard to get by. And that's why I believe Skybound have Sun Asia have banned Mira. And with those 4 operators being banned, we'll move on to Church and Arsenal being held by Sun Asia. as they're choosing Vamai Jaeger combo, not to mention the Bandit Cade combo as well. So I believe Bandit will be sixth picked, or maybe not. It can also be Cade if they choose not to focus that much on hatches, but it will be Bandit who's going to be sixth picked into a Pulse. Meanwhile, IQ is being picked by Deranged instead of an Ashe. So one thing to take note from the side of Skybound is their triple hard breach, the Hibana Thermite Maverick combo. And this is what I said, you need a lot of hard breaches on this map. If Maverick was banned, though of course he would have been replaced by Thatcher, but still both of those bans really changed the dynamic of the game. Thatcher is much more quick, much more fast. Meanwhile, Maverick, though he gets the job done in a much better fashion, and he has a higher pick rate, a higher success rate compared to Thatcher, he's still very, very slow, and time is what the attackers don't have in their favor, especially in the current meta, when they have to clear out roamers. And once again, on a larger map like Clubhouse, clearing out roamers is ever so essential, as we're going to see Dark Lord playing Alibi, and most likely she will be roaming, and we might just see Flame Blame play utility room. Meanwhile, Ariel, your Jaeger, can play first floor, and Dark Lord will be your dedicated roamer. She'll play second floor most likely, and she'll try to ward off the attackers as much as she can. But we also have to see whether attackers go for a direct attack or not. Most likely, I think we'll see Sledge along with IQ dropping from logistics hatch and then clearing out second floor, going on their own paths. Meanwhile, the rest of the operators meanwhile the three hard breachers focus on dirt as well as the kitchen hatch and the hatches on first floor. But I think one of my predictions is going to be true, as Vermilion starts opening the dirt wall, and is going to be successful, as no one is contesting that for now. Flame Blame not playing utility room, but rather contesting dirt quite aggressively, and utility room is completely open from the side of Sun Asia. I mean, it's completely clear. There is a rotation, no rotation connecting it to Armory as of yet. So just one, and no reinforcements as well. Sometimes if you're holding it very aggressively and you're also holding it from Moto, as Hulky is doing right now, there'll be a lot of feet holes from the defenders, but none for now, as we'll have a quick look at the first floor. And now with the vertical play starting with IQ has completely breached out the wall, and she knows that, oh, it is not Sledge is entering from bathroom, and Hibana is there by the hatch on utility room. So second floor control has completely been taken. I want to see where Dark Lord is playing, and she's at the moment she's playing inside. C4 will come down from dash, but to no avail, as it doesn't get any attacker. All the attackers at the moment are 100 HP, and Maverick has started to destroy the hatch that's on bar, that's the Moto hatch more specifically, and he'll be successful in doing so. But once again, this is how slow Maverick is. He's taking a lot of time, investing a lot of his blowtorch charges in doing just one hatch, and just goes to show how much a Thatcher ban can. I'm sorry, that was a mistake from the Sledge. I think he meant to drop it there, but too late, as the new shrapnel system made a fool out of him. But unfortunate for Skybound, as they are a man down, and still Sun Asia with 1 minute left, they're still holding their strong on utility. Jaeger is playing by utility, and he has destroyed a few of the drones that have come from the attackers for now. Meanwhile, Dash is also about to peek utility. One of the attackers' location is known as Thermite, gets taken out by Dark Lord. That makes it the 3v5. 40 seconds left. The attackers are getting desperate minute by minute. IQ pushes heavily into utility and is successful, as Dark Lord gets a kill onto Fatty Wolf. Dash gets yet another kill onto same Jimmy. That leaves Deranged. It's the only attacker. She'll get in a fight with Pulse. She will down him, but she knows two defenders' location. Alibi will also be down. Oh, 1v2 now. This still can be clutched from the side of Skybound. And oh, she knows about one attacker's location in dirt, but Hulky still playing by Church. His location is also known. She'll peek wide out in Church and get a kill onto Hulky, but with 8 seconds left, she has no other choice other than to go for the kill. Flame Blame still watching out, playing behind the shield. He'll jump, but it will be Flame Blame who wins the round, and Sun Asia, after a 1v4 turned into a 1v1, they still managed to close that round, and they still managed to win it and make it 1-0 in their favor. This time CCTV and Cash will be picked by them, and we are seeing Legion coming into play, not to mention a Valkyrie as well as a Cade. So Cade Bandit combo, that's something that Sun Asia are favoring heavily. We might just see now with Cade being there. I think the garage walls will be electrified, and so will the main breach in construction also. I was honestly hoping for Cade into a Vamai 6th pick, but we may also see a Valkyrie into Vamai, being honest. Not for now, as no 6 picks coming from either side. So both, so all the operators that were revealed are going to be the operators that are going to come into play as we move into CCTV.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
At the moment, a fairly regular setup from Sun Asia. There is no inside rotation, and there is a rotation from rafters towards CCTV, but no reinforcement on the left side wall. And what that means is whoever is playing rafters, if there is anyone playing rafters at the moment, they'll be prone. Once the main breach opens up, they'll be prone to a lot of firepower coming their side, and they'll most likely be jumbled up. They'll be struck from both the positions. They'll be caught in a pinch, and it can turn real ugly for your rafters player real fast as IQ tries to shoot the garage camera. But meanwhile, at the moment it looks like Hibana and Sledge are coming in from the western side of the map, as Sledge drones out logistics, bedroom and gym. But the nearest operator to them will be Valkyrie playing in construction. So once again, a very conservative, a very closed up setup by Sun Asia. They're not spread out. There is no roamer right now, none in there is Bandit playing in basement, but he'll have a chance of coming back from the main stairs, and I think he's doing that at the moment, as Sledge has completely taken entry and he's watching main stairs from bedroom hallway, and Bandit is coming in from central stairs. This will be an interesting fight. Sledge is still holding the angle. Meanwhile, Bandit also knows about his location. Sledge and I think that's IQ. IQ's in. No, that. Oh, sorry. That's Valkyrie. Bandit might just be coming up from main stairs now. He is. Hibana has dropped into the hatch in logistics, and oh, Bandit will throw C4, and it will be successful as IQ is picked off, and Maverick is down to roughly 20 HP. Oh, I think that was from another C4, but absolutely phenomenal kill over here coming from the Bandit. But with that happening, they have given up a lot of map control as construction has been taken. IQ Valkyrie will be going for an aggressive pick, though she falls back instantaneously. Sledge will be spotted in top east hallway, and IQ is still watching out for the attackers. Bandit will get yet another kill, and Bandit himself will die, and so will Darklord. So that means Jaeger is also now gone. Valkyrie is holding the same angle as Maverick jumps, as Thermite jumps into construction, but he'll be caught by the crosshairs of Valkyrie, as it's now down to a 2v3 in favor of Sun Asia. Valkyrie peeking wide once again, and Valkyrie is playing really nice. She's holding an aggressive angle, and it is scaring the attackers. The attackers now down to roughly 20-25 HP as a flashbang is thrown. Saint Jimmy will also die, and so will Fatty Wolf, and Sun Asia with ease win round number 2. Sun Asia, after winning 2 consecutive rounds, will move to gym and bedroom. And one thing I've not seen being contested from Skybound at the moment is vertical play. You know, we know that your dad likes to play a lot vertically. He plays Buck a lot, and on a huge map like this, first the basement pick, then also the CCTV pick. Keep in mind that Sun Asia had roughly one roamer, that was Bandit, and even he was coming in from the central stairs, not even the stockroom stairs and the eastern stairs over here in garage late into the round. So if Skybound really wanted to go one step further, they could have gone and they could have opted for vertical play, and they haven't opted for that even now, as Nomad is being picked. And apart from that, we are seeing the same lineup from Skybound, and roughly the same lineup from Sun Asia as well, as Flame Blame will be playing Castle right now, and I think it's going to be the same Castle setup. Gym window isn't being barricaded off, and no other barricades for now. So still interested to see whether there is one barricade has been used. So I think that's for the that is for the entrance of logistics. Apart from that, I think it will be the main CCTV wall that's going to be castled off, or maybe since I think it will be the CCTV cache entrance wall, since the main breach isn't reinforced in CCTV, so there would have been no point in getting the window on garage rafters. But apart from that, we are seeing Dark Lord going for a heavy roam in basement at the moment, as on the first floor we only have Dash playing by the central stairs, and on second floor you still have Ult. Sunasia this time, unlike the previous round, this time they are very spread out. They are expanding their defense both horizontally as well as vertically, with Dash and Dark Lord playing in both the floors below them. Meanwhile, Ariel playing in CCTV, and he'll be met with the aggression of 3 attackers as they are starting to bring their attack into cache room. He's stuck all alone in cache at the moment. He has Flame Blame for his support, who's watching the CCTV angle, but to no avail right now, as I think Hibana will be peeking out wide. She opens the eastern hallway, and it is Nomad who's peeking the angle into cache room. Nomad will be peeking much wider now, as keep in mind the CCTV to construction angle is being held by Castle. So if he gets 1, maybe 2 kills, it will be a huge success. Hibana's Excarios will be successfully tricked, as one of her Excarios have been well destroyed. And still Hibana, IQ and Nomad, the 3 musketeers, are on CCTV. Meanwhile, the 2 hard breachers are on the eastern side of the map, the western side of the map, that is Jacuzzi, and they've safely opened up Jacuzzi. So Thermite and Maverick might just be the silent attack that Skybound are looking for, and with Vermilion pushing in this heavy, he might just be. Kate gets caught off guard as Derange gets a kill onto Ariel. Valkyrie will also die, but Castle gets a refrag. So now down to a 4v2, make that a 4v1, as Dark Lord is the only surviving defender left, and Thermite will be watching his angle, and it is Maverick watching the angle, but Maverick will be down as he unfortunately dies, and the diffuser is dropped outside. This might just be a mistake, but with the HP that Dark Lord is on, I think Skybound will manage to win this round. Pre-fire will come from him, but Derange gets the final kill, as Skybound, with a rapid attack from both the sides, managed to win round number 3 and make it 1-2. This time basement being picked by Sunasia, as they are going to choose the same lineup. So I think they won't go. They are still going for a 6th pick from. I think Vamai will once again be 6th pick, though he was played earlier. So I think it will be Bandit once again. But I don't think there's a point in 6th picking. Skybound already knows about the strategy that Sunasia will follow. But okay, that's still decent enough pick. Legion is being picked. Meanwhile, Nomad will still be chosen by Skybound. So the same operator lineup from them. As one change is going to be there, where we're going to see Elysian being played by Dash. And once again, like the previous round, Thermite will be opening the dirt wall, but this time a much more aggressive strategy from Flame Blame, as Kate tried to electrify the wall but will be unsuccessful, as Thermite within 20 seconds into the round has managed to open the wall. And this early, all these line of sights do help the attackers later into the round, because the defenders have to consider about everything now. They have to consider about dirt and dirt, as well as all the attacks coming in from all the regions of the map, whether that be vertical attacks or the hatches, or the direct attack coming in from utility room, coming in from main stairs. This really forces the defenders into contouring their setup in weird formats, and a lot of defenders being stuck in one place, meanwhile no defender being playing in another. But right now we are seeing Jaeger playing the garage stairs as not being able to shoot out the drone, and his location is now known. No attacker is going for that at the moment as Saint Jimmy starts to open the hatch on Moto. Whether we are going to see a C4 or not. Nah, Cade has moved back into church and behind the bar and behind the table, sorry, as Dash is holding the angle onto Nomad from garage storage stairs. Nomad is also being fairly aggressive with the peak, though she backs off now, and so does Jaeger back into sight. So once again, I think the rumors know that they have wasted enough time with the attackers, just like the previous basement hold. With 1 minute being left, all five attackers and all five defenders are still alive. No casualty has been faced by any of the teams right now, and this 5v5 later merges into this battle into the last 20 seconds, and it just becomes really hectic. So I think both teams are focusing on that right now to see whom gets the better of each other in gunfights. As with 45 seconds now left, Deranged has already moved into oil pit, so little aggression is coming from her, but she backs off right now as Romalon has made it to central stairs along with Nomad, and they'll try to get a kill onto Dark Lord, but it will be her who gets the first frag. Fatty Wolf also goes down as Thermite gets a kill onto Dark Lord, so refrag is there. 3v4 now as Flame, well, it's a 3v3 as Flame Flame 3v4, sorry. Flame Flame has been revived by Ariel still watching the long hallway, trying to take avenge of Alibi's death as he's holding the same angle that Thermite is speaking, and he will be able to get a kill onto Maverick, and Thermite will also go down, and so will Saint Jimmy as Sanisha win round number 4. This time Sanisha will once again go back to CCTV as we're seeing the same strategies being placed by both the teams. No changes to that, so they're not trying to outsmart their opponent, rather outplay them, as we'll move
Attackers
into
need
the
to locate
preparation
and defuse
phase.
as many bombs as they can.
Activated device.
10 seconds to insertion. 5 seconds left before insertion.
Reload grenades now.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse
Is on.
So it will be interesting to see whether Skybound go for a much more western favored attack from Jacuzzi and Jim, and this time Hulky is also playing a tad bit more aggressively in construction as she's peeking out much more wider angles, though she has fallen back now. Dark Lord is once again playing by rafters, and with this main wall not being reinforced, if Skybound managed to open up the main breach, it will be very bad for the Dark Lord. He'll get pressured from the garage entrance, not to mention the lounge entrance connecting into garage, and not to mention the main breach itself. So this wall really should be reinforced, and if defenders want to take it a step further, they can also place a shield, a bulletproof shield in near by the rotation to help successful and safe rotations back into sight. But I think that would really be taking it a step further, as we'll come back in just a second. Right, so we're back. I don't think we missed a lot, as at the moment the attackers are still outside the main breach. Bana and IQ have taken control, and along with Nomad, they have taken control of bedroom, and they will be Valkyrie to contest them, though she has been droned out. And Vermilon, the Thermite, is entering into sight. He has triggered the Goo Mine, but he will get a shot onto Valkyrie. And I think Valkyrie was the hole that glued the attackers and that kept the attackers off construction and from entering into cash. And with her being out so quickly and Thermite pulling this cheeky surprise skill on her, I think Sanisha in real trouble at the moment. 4 attackers from construction, so I think my predictions came true. It is a very western heavy setup. Well, all 5 attackers now, as they're watching rafters, as they're trying to open, but a C4 coming in from Flame Limb will be successful, as it's now down to a 4v4. And Dash is still holding aggressively as Ariel gets again onto Saint Jimmy. So he's still playing by the main rotation, and he might just be able to pick an attacker off. He tags Fatty Wolf, and Jaeger goes for a run out, but it will be unsuccessful as Fatty Wolf shuts him down, and it's now down to a 3v3. Flame Limb still playing inside by the main rotation, and he gets a kill onto Fatty Wolf. That means it's down to a 2v3 just like the previous round. Ariel still holding the rotation. Bomilon enters site as he also goes down, and so does Yordad, and that means Sanisha have won round number 5. With that round being over, we move on to round number 6. Currently it is 4-1 in favor of Sanisha, and now we move to gym and bedroom. It's going to be the last round of the first half, and let's see how those teams play it out.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Camera feed up and running.
ADS deployed around here. The end of them. Floor is on. Controlling bridge. Right place.
5 seconds left before insertion. Attackers' objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
I think with Ash, Vana and IQ spawning in warehouse, they will come in from CCTV, and they'll once again be met with the Bandit playing Dark Lord, though there are no reinforcements. So I think much more passive hold will come from Bandit, and I think even with the most feeble of consequences, he'll fall back. The 2 reinforcements have been used in the main breach, unlike the previous round, so they're trying to contest main garage even further. But I think with garage being opened, and Thermite is opening the main breach, so my predictions are become untrue, as I was expecting people to come in from garage and rafters to throw a nomad, there is no nomad, sorry, to have a claymore or something in the lounge garage entrance, and then to just move in via rafters. That was what I think my prediction was, but it has been proven wrong, as Thermite has opened the main breach. And I don't think that's something that Sanisha were expecting, as they have not reinforced the main wall that's over there. Dark Lord is still holding out outside the main breach, where Thermite is where IQ and Hibana are about to enter from. They are droning out. First kill comes in the form as Ariel lands a shot onto Saint Jimmy, so that means Maverick is now out of the equation. That leaves Thermite and Hibana the 2 only surviving hard breachers. 3v5 as Dark Lord gets a kill onto Derain, so that means Ash is now also dead. Yordad droning out CCTV room, though a successful bandit trick will destroy the Excarios that Hibana previously had. And trying to get shots onto the bandit from the drone hole. Yordad gets a kill onto Flame Blame, though he gets into a firefight with Bandit. Bandit still holding his strong behind the cash room table. Absolutely phenomenal job from him. He's been so aggressive. Ariel is coming from a flank from garage, and he might just be successful. Dark Lord goes down, so I think it might be down to Ariel. He's watching and he might just spot Hibana. Yes, he does. He jumps in and no, not a kill onto Hibana as he's unfortunately shut down. So that means it's now down to a 3v2. If that would have been a successful flank from him, it could have dealt a lot of damage. And still we have Dash and Hulky holding mainstays and bedroom respectively. Hulky gets into a firefight and has to back off as Yordad, Fatty Wolf, both the IQ and the Hibana make their way from construction onto the side. Womelon gets a kill onto Dash, but Hulky takes out Yordad. That means it's down to a 2v1. Hulky with 100 HP, meanwhile Fatty Wolf and Womelon with 10 and 20, but all it takes is one bullet on the head to kill a person in this game. And with 30 seconds left, anything can happen right now. They are planning to come in from gym, and I think Hibana will come in successfully. She just opens the wall as Thermite has moved into bathroom. Though a flashbang gone wrong will make Hibana play a little passive. Pre-fires will come in as the plant is going down from Thermite. I don't think Hulky knows about that just yet. Fire will be coming down. He spots Thermite, but will get a successful kill as Hibana has no choice but to jump in. She's watching the angle, but Hulky has reloaded in time. Yes, he has, as Sun Asia win round number 6. Absolutely phenomenal of a job from him and a brilliant clutch from her side. It is currently 5-1 in favor of Sun Asia. They need to win one round to make it to gain match point, and 2 to win the match itself. As we are seeing Dark Lord playing Buck, and finally we are seeing some recognition to vertical play and to both vertical play, both coming from above and below, as I think it was Yordad who was playing Sledge earlier. But we are seeing roughly the same lineup from Sun Asia, from Skybound in terms of the defense.
Attackers need to
As
locate
this
and
time
defuse
also,
any
as this
bombs
time we are
they
seeing a
can.
Vigil coming into play. Mute is the only anti-breacher they have opted for right now, as they have not chosen Cade and Bandit, unlike what Sun Asia were going for. And Sun Asia, once again, they have not chosen Thermite, but rather Hibana and Maverick to try and open the hatches and the main dirt wall itself. So it will be interesting to see. Both teams are playing fairly opposite to each other, both in terms of attack and defense, and it will be interesting to see how this pans out. One thing, I am a huge Buck player, so it will be interesting to see whether Buck plays how Buck plays this round, whether he plays directly from kitchen, which makes him prone to a pulse kill or to any C4 from an operator for that matter, mainly Mute also, or whether he plays from 2 floors above. Because I remember in one of the matches in the CriticalX League, I'm sorry I forgot between which teams, there was Buck and he was playing directly from kitchen. He was vertically playing from kitchen and he ended up dying to the C4 by pulse itself. And I think that's something that teams need to be aware of, as he drones out second floor. So I think it will be a direct second floor take from him, as Dash and Flame Blame are also on the roof at the moment. He will drone out top east hallway, as we're seeing Dash playing on the roof, Flame Blame playing by the hatch as he's opened that, and Ariel coming in from gym. So much rather complete sweep, a whole sweep of the second floor will be done by Sun Asia, and then they'll move on to first floor and eventually on to basement itself. This costs a lot of time, though it makes sure that there is no flank or anything. You also have Hulky playing Nomad, so they completely ensure that there is absolutely no flank from the side of Skybound. But it costs time and it bleeds time. It bleeds time for the defenders, as for the attackers, sorry. As with this much clearance coming from any operator, none of them are contesting first floor at the moment. None of them are contesting basement at the moment. Once again, very slow, but I am happy as the Dark Lord has started to vertically play from below. He will tag Yordad by a fair margin, though Yordad will manage to slip away, as half the round is now gone. And there's still a lot of firefight happening. I think they're luring Buck into vertical playing, and this is a smart strategy from Skybound. They are luring Buck. He will spot the feet of some attacker. I think that was Cade. Though Cade himself has spotted Zofia in the main entrance, and they know about her location now. Speaking of Zofia, she has opened the main hatch, and she's watching out. First kill comes in the form as Dark Lord unfortunately dies to Yordad. And Yordad getting a shot from him from basement with his SMG-11 compared to Dark Lord's ACOG wielding C8. That's phenomenal of a job from him. 50 seconds now. it is currently tilted in favor of Skybound in terms of who will win the round. As 43, as timer ticks down, St. Jimmy still holding utility room as Zofia goes down and eventually gets killed. Maverick will throw a C4. Maverick will throw a grenade, but he'll also be taken out by Yoda as he's landing 2 phenomenal kills, phenomenal headshots by him. And that leaves Nomad and Hibana the only 2 surviving attackers. Nomad will get a kill, but she herself will get taken out. Dash is the only attacker now left. She'll be stuck in a pinch as Legion is becoming aggressive, but Legion will die. And she's literally caught in a pinch as Derange will get the final kill and Skybound win round number 7. This time, CCTV will be picked by Skybound as they have chosen to go from Bandit to a Cade, and Hibana Maverick once again being played by Sun Asia. Meanwhile, we're seeing an Ash coming into play. Interesting, interesting coming from Sun Asia right now. As having a look at the setup right now, I think with Echo being played, and this is what I said, in the operator bans, Echo and Maestro are 2 powerful operators on this map, and I think both teams will try their best, and it will be interesting to see, to see how Echo plays out and where exactly does he play, whether he plays on garage rafters or whether he plays by cash, or he can also play by the shield, though he is prone to shots from the main CCTV window itself. At the moment, it looks like Echo will be playing by the rafters, as Cade will electrify the wall successfully, and one more Echo Yokai has been thrown, this time completely inside, trying to prevent any late round plants and all, but for that Echo will have to survive a lot longer. And one thing Skybound have done correct is reinforcing the wall, and this makes Echo a much more late round operator. This makes him much more safe. The ADS and the Vamaya packet were still placed by the ADS more specifically was still placed by Sun Asia, though the Echo, though that reinforcement really helps him out. And I think I know what Sun Asia are going for the moment. The Buck has opened the hatch. That means once Maverick opens the wall completely, the wall itself will be open. There will be nothing stopping the attackers from jumping in. That's another smart strategy implemented by Sun Asia right now, as no one is contesting Maverick at the moment. Vermelon is playing quite aggressively, but Maverick is successful in opening the complete wall, and that leaves new line of sights being made into CCTV. And what that means is Hulky landing a kill onto Yoda, and more specifically Fatty Wolf is now still is literally in a very bad spot right now by the entrance, and with there being no inside rotation, he'll be even more bad, to be honest. Dark Lord lands kill onto Vermelon, so that means Cade is now also gone, as Sun Asia make it a 5-3. Echo has been spotted in top rafters, though he isn't being contested by anywhere at the moment. Flame Blame is trying to land shots on him, but with the wall being reinforced, he isn't, and this is just to show the importance of the reinforced wall. Vamai Magnet into a fragment will be thrown as Fatty Wolf gets a kill. Fatty Wolf himself has been spotted. 2v3 now as he gets a kill onto Dash, but Hulky gets a kill onto Derange. So that means now it's down to a 2v3. Fatty Wolf still holding his angle. 2v2 now as he gets yet another kill, or triple kill. Echo gets a kill onto Dark Lord, so that means Flame Blame is the only surviving operator. Echo, unfortunately, Echo is the final one who gets the kill onto Flame Blame, and Skybound completely turned around in their favor as they win round number 8. Absolutely stellar performance from their side. This time, Skybound, after winning 2 consecutive rounds, will move to gym and bedroom, and it looks like the same strategy from their side, though I'm not sure why Buck is being played on this map. on this objective. Sorry. Bathroom can be vertical played. I don't think many players know that bathroom can be vertical played, and it is a very important position and a very important room because it is held by defenders a lot, whether that be Mira or whether that be any other operator. Bathroom is really contested. Some can even classify it as a choke point, connecting bedroom, connecting long hall, connecting east bedroom hallway, connecting gym. It's a very important place, and except for that shower right there, that shower little square, everything else can be vertical played. And I think Buck might just do that, or he can vertical play, into bedroom. He can also vertical play into cash from stockroom. That's also a very viable strategy that Sun Asia may opt for, and that would make much more sense. But well, who are we to decide? The hatch in gym is now open, as a lot of feet holes and a lot of footholds will be made by Vermelon, and eventually a rotation hole will also be made. I think that's the similar strategy that a lot of teams go for right now. Vermelon still has 2 of his castle barricades, and I think he placed them one in this window, yes, and the other, that's the other that every team has different. Maybe it will be logistics office. It will be roughly the same strategy. Skybound Esports are still trying to contest bedroom hallway a little more, as Vamai and Jaeger will have their magnets and will have their ADSs by the main breach, but I think Flame Blame will also manage to open it fairly successfully, and that will lead to line of sights more specifically than it will lead to something than it will lead to anything else. Mute jammer by the drone hole means that nothing can be opened, no information can be taken by the attackers for now, as Flame Blame goes for the same trick that he did previously. Bandit might just go for a C4. He chooses not to at the moment, peeking very wide. Might just get a kill onto Maverick. Holding this angle, he has spotted Maverick, but it will be Maverick who takes Bandit out, as it's now down to a 4v5. Nice effort coming from Saint Jimmy, but it will prove out unfortunate as Bandit is now taken out. The main breach has now successfully happened, as now with half the round being gone, Vermelon is holding his shield with all the Vamai magnets and Jaeger ADSs. Hulky the Ash has moved in to the gym breach, as she'll open up the castle barricade, and gym is right now is completely uncontested. No one is playing bedroom also. All the defenders are focusing on cash, and that's just for 2 of the attackers, that's Ariel and Dash. And I think with the main objective being completely clear, castle is the only one there, and if Sun Asia are able to take castle out, it will mean great benefit for them. The range is playing by oil pit, though Dark Lord really needs to get a kill onto castle. Castle being dead will improve gold for Sun Asia right now, but Ariel and Hulky get a kill onto Vermelon, so that means castle is now gone. That means range and Fatty Wolf are the 2 surviving operators. Fatty Wolf will also be taken out, as it's down to a deranged, and I think most likely it is now a round secured for Sun Asia, and with that, this round being secured, they have secured the match point, though anything can turn at the moment. Jaeger's location is unknown. The diffuser is with Sun Asia, 40 seconds left. Time is with them right now, but how the round goes down, still unknown. The plant will be going down from side of Hulky, as Derange will make his way from central stairs. His location is now known. He's trying to contest an operator, but will be unsuccessful, as Nomad gets the final kill, and Sun Asia gain match point.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
I will enhance. heartbeat sensor. Camera ready.
Alright, with the preparation phase now being over, we move on to the attacking phase. And this time, mainstays is being held, is being contested a little by Sun Asia. But it will be interesting to see. Vigil gets taken out by Buck. That was completely, it was unexpected to say the very least. Maverick starts opening the hatch, and Dirt is something I've seen being uncontested by Sun Asia. They have not chosen, like, to an extent, even Skybound didn't choose to contest Dirt. Of course, they had opened it earlier, and that still installed a fear in the defenders into thinking that someone may come from Dirt. But Dirt is completely being ignored by both the teams over here, not being contested by Skybound, nor is it being contested by Sun Asia. That's very interesting strategy taken by both the teams. Dark Lord will start with vertical play as he chooses to have a look at Bar, but I think we have Fatty Wolf playing Bar. He has spotted Maverick and he will land a shot onto him. Sorry, Fatty Wolf is playing Memorial, not Bar. But with the Maverick now being out of the equation, the hatches will stay reinforced, and there is a Cade Electroclaw. That means even bad news for Sun Asia. Pulse is being present. Pulse being present, he might just land a cheeky C4 kill here and there, as Nomad is trying to contest by the main breach, not spotting anybody for now, as Dark Lord, okay, he is holding the angle onto black boxes, but there's a much better angle from stage itself onto black boxes. He has made the angle, but he's not contesting it for now. Never mind, sorry. With all this vertical play now, one thing that can totally be noticed, how much control of Armory has been lost. All the defenders are now towards the eastern side of the map. Fatty Wolf is still contesting towards the southern side in Church, but have a look at Vermelon, have a look at Yoda, and have a look at Saint Jimmy. All of them are playing by the objective. It's like the objective is this imaginary line, and every defender is playing behind. The bomb is the imaginary line, and every defender is playing behind it. But Fatty will be taken out as Ariel gets a shot onto him, and that means that the plant will go down. Hulk is playing aggressive, but she'll also be taken out, and so will Saint Jimmy. That leaves Yoda as the only surviving defender now left. He'll be peeking wide, but he'll also be taken out as Sun Asia win round number 10 and eventually win the round 7-3. Beautiful performance. Here's a look at the final scorecard. You can look at it for as long as you want, but that doesn't change the fact that both teams played absolutely tremendously, especially Sun Asia, winning it 7-3 and thus securing place number 2 in Group E. And since we're talking about Group E, let's have a quick look at that before we part off and before we start our next match. At the moment, Never Diamonds are on top and they're going to remain on top, but now Sun Asia with 19 points under the bag have secured place number 2 and they have overtaken Sangford. Meanwhile, the much more important thing is Raw Esports now have a chance in trying to overtake Skybound Esports, and now Raw Esports, their wishes have come true and they'll have to win their own match to try and still contest. It's not a guarantee, they'll still have to contest, they'll still have, it will be a game of chance, but they'll have to win. It is do or die from at the moment, but unfortunately for Graphite Saints, Cheesebusters Alpha and Digital Lunatics, their run in Group E and in the CriticalX League is now over. And well, a huge congratulations to Never Diamond, Sangford and Sun Asia, and we're still on the ropes about Skybound and Raw Esports, though we'll see how that pans out. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been your host, therealCCV. Stay tuned, we're not over just yet. We'll be back with Kira Esports versus HawX Vanquishers. That's going to be one hell of a match in just a few moments. Thank you for watching. Welcome everyone to the CriticalX League hosted by CriticalX powered by Game.tv. I'm your host therealCCV, and today we have a great match lined up. Today is going to be match number 2. That's going to be Kira Esports versus HawX Vanquishers, being played once again on the map of Clubhouse, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we are going to play Clubhouse once again, and having a look at the map bans, fairly same map bans to say, just like the previous map. I mean, of course we settled on Clubhouse, so the same maps would have been banned, but roughly the same order regardless. Border and Villa were banned by both the teams, followed by Consulate, Theme Park, and finally Cafe and Coastline. And I honestly thought, with the Coastline and Clubhouse being the last two games, Vertical Play would play. Coastline and Clubhouse being the last two maps, Vertical Play would really come into factor. And just like the previous match, I believe there's going to be a lot more Vertical Play coming into play this time. So let's see. I have my predictions on a lot of vertical play happening, but who knows. And before we jump in, let's have a quick look at the leaderboards. Alright, so jumping into the leaderboard, we currently, Kira Esports are on top, but a few games back Decoy Dreams had managed to win it, and they had settled on they won the game and that settled with 25 points. So now actually Decoy Dreams have overtaken Kira Esports, and Kira are at 24 points. Meanwhile, HawX Vanquishers also at 22. So if HawX Vanquishers win this game, they'll overtake Kira and they'll be on number 2. Meanwhile, Kira will move to number 3, and if Kira win this, then this will be the same lineup, and then this will be the same standings. Kira Esports on number 1, Decoy on number 2, finally HawX Vanquishers on number 3, and of course we have Hoffen Esports, the final team from Group B to qualify. Unfortunately for GS Valors and SAG, their run is over. And yeah, this was the leaderboard, and we'll quickly come back into the game in just a second. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Kira Esports versus HawX Vanquishers. We'll be starting over the ban phase, where the first ban will come from the side of HawX Vanquishers, and it will be an attacker ban. And just like the previous map, I believe it's going to be an attacker that revolves heavily around the idea of hard breach, more specifically Thatcher Maverick, or it can be a vertical play as well, who knows. They are going to follow the traditional route, as Thatcher is the first ban coming from the side of HawX, and once again, fairly regular ban, very frequent, very prevalent ban. Nothing special about him. He does slow down things by a lot. He slows down the attack by a lot. Him being banned, slows down the attack by a lot, and I think that's one of the things that we'll see. Maverick is very slow, though he does get the job done, and he has a very high success rate, and he cannot be banded, tricked, whatever. He is very slow, regardless of that fact, and that time lost on the attacker's hands can really bite them back once we move on to the latter stages of the round. But nevertheless, Capitao and Mira, so following suit to the previous match, we are also seeing Capitao being banned, and so we are seeing Mira. I won't be surprised if Maestro or Echo have been will be banned, considering how a map like Clubhouse operates. It is going to be a Maestro ban, and with that being done, we have moved on from the ban phase, and now we'll move on to the first round. And I think HawX will start off with a CCTV hold, although that is prone to change. And it will be interesting to see the operator lineups that both the teams bring in. Basement is being held by HawX right now, as they've chosen a Pulse, Mute, Maverick, Zofia being picked by Kira. So like I said with Maverick, he does get the job done, but he is very slow. Buck being picked by Avim, as Helix is playing Echo. So like I said, Echo and Maestro will be operators to look out for. With Maestro being banned, he's the only operator he's the only information anchor that is left. But same, a very traditional setup coming from both the teams. You have Buck and IQ along with the Maverick and Hibana. No Thermite being played by
Defenders,
Kira
protect
Esports. So
your
roughly the
bombs from being
same
defused by
that
attackers.
what Sunisha Esports were doing in the previous match. They weren't choosing Thermite, but they were choosing the other two hard creatures.
Razor wire is deployed.
Having a look at the defense setup, fairly regular defense setup. Mist is making a lot of bullet hole angles. Mist is making some bullet hole angles from the corner of Armory. There is a rotation connecting Armory to long hallway, and one rotation connecting utility to church. But apart from that, once again, yeah, fairly regular, nothing special. And having a look at the attack now, I believe it's going to be a direct attack with the Rattler already jumping into the freezer section. Buck is coming in from the top, so I think there will be a sort of a roam clear from him. Or we can also see my favorite thing, that's going to be vertical play from 2 floors above. And that can really come into play considering the fact that Mist is playing Pulse and he won't be able to C4 trick Buck just yet. Mist looking out for operators, doesn't spot. It does spot Hibana over here in freezer, but case Zofia goes for yeah, C4 came in from Sledge, but it proved came from Pulse, but it proved unsuccessful. As now Buck has started his vertical play, and he'll catch a kill onto Divicchio. So he's not playing from 2 floors above, but still gets a kill onto Kate. That's fairly that's good. Sorry, from him. Mist still watching out. He has his C4 intact. It was Divicchio who threw the C4. Safau also has a C4. So still anything can happen. Mist is looking out for Buck, and he might throw the C4, but he himself will be taken out as Amvim gets a double kill, and that means it's down to a 5v3. The attackers are playing really good right now. HG shoots the drone, but it reveals his location in church. Safau is also under heavy pressure as he's been flashed, so is Megami. So that means not a good position for the attackers for the defenders to win right now. Church wall will be opened for Echo from behind, as a lot of operators have been spotted in Moto. He'll try to get a shot on them, so will Jaeger, but it will prove unsuccessful as they have to back off. Echo now cannot choose to go on his yokai drones, as he has once again been droned out. Has he? Yes, he has, as Zofia lands an excellent pre-fire shot onto him, and Megami also dies by the hands of Khajiit. So that leaves Safau as the only surviving defender now left. He is on 100 HP, will make that 60 as tries to go for shots, but himself will be taken out, and Kira Esports win round number 1 in a flawless fashion. This time HawX Vanquishers will once again go for a church hole, and the same strategy is coming from both the teams. No changes to their operator lineups, no 6 picks also, I believe. Oh, Echo is being 6 picked, I believe, into another information operator, considering there isn't one. Maybe a Valkyrie, Mozzie. No, it is going to be Vigil. So a roam coming out from HawX Vanquishers, and that's something we didn't see in the previous round. They were playing a lot inside. They were playing a little offside in utility room and a little in dirt, but still, regardless of that fact, it was fairly close to sight, and Kira were able to take advantage of that, as Buck and Hibana had fairly quickly moved into kitchen. Buck got 2 beautiful kills from them, but yeah, no room to delay the attackers, and with time being on the hands of Kira, they were really comfortable into how they wanted to attack the site, whether it was vertically or horizontally. And well, in a way, they did attack the site by both those methods, and that meant victory for them, as oh, drone from Rattler won't be spotted out. Meanwhile, Divichu is looking out. Oh, he spots the drone, but I'm not sure what was happening as Zofia's drone also gets shot out. But
Locate a bomb and defuse it.
moving away from drones, the attackers will now be coming in from construction. More specifically, it will be Maverick and Hibana. Hibana will drone out kitchen, but to no avail, as no one is playing there. And once again, interested to see where Helix is playing right now. He's playing quite heavy. He's playing cash, completely offside, and he might just catch an attacker off guard. IQ is there, and she is looking out for him, though he has turned off his ability, so he won't be spotted just now.
Drone ready.
No, I think he has been spotted. He hasn't spotted by IQ. IQ will try to go for shots on him. His location is now known. The hatch of construction is now open, but IQ is watching out for that. As Khajiit goes for a kill, and Zofia is able to get the first shot onto Megami, so that means Jaeger is now unfortunately dead for HawX Vanquishers. Avim gets a kill onto Helix, so Vigil is also now dead. That leaves all the inside anchors now left. Safau is playing in dirt. Mist is holding armory. Meanwhile, finally, we have Cade playing armory and utility room. And Khajiit along with Zofia will be entering from Gerard's storage stairs. Divichu will be looking out for them, but still, we don't know how successful may Claymore placed on the oil pit ladder. And oh, if that's going to be a very interesting Claymore. That reminds me of Bank Skylight Stairs, that Claymore, where you combo the Claymore with the air jab. But never mind, we're not talking about that, as Zofia lands a shot onto Safau, and Rattler lands a shot onto Mist. So that means Divichu is the only standing operator left. He is trying to go for shots onto the attackers. Will spot Zofia, but he himself will be taken out, as Kira Esports win round number 2 once again in a flawless fashion.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Reinforcing the wall.
I mean, look at the setup from HawX Vanquishers. Fairly regular setup. They have Bandit along with Mute, and finally Goyo is also being played by them. And there is a Goyo shield over here in East Hallway. One thing I've seen teams tend to do is they have a Goyo shield by the drone hole. And especially considering that Zofia is being played by Kira, that Goyo shield or at least a barricade in top East Hallway would have been much more useful. But I think with Maverick already being present, there's no need for that, as he's pricking the ball. But I think Kira Esports can really take note from. Oh, a C4 being thrown. Maverick will back off, and C4 has been thrown, but it will be retracted by Divicchio as Maverick starts going for yet another line of his reinforced wall, and he will be successful in doing so as Buck opens up the main breach. But I think this should have happened before he started. Khajiit will land a kill onto Divicchio. Meanwhile, Hawksafu lands a kill onto Zofia, so that means it's still even Stevens for both the teams. 4-4 at the moment, and Mist holding rafters. There is a reinforcement on the main on the rotation wall. That's very good in HawX Vanquishers right now. A little more firefights happening as Safao tries to go for a kill or tries to go for shots on construction, doesn't spot anybody. Helix is also holding the same angle, though even he doesn't spot anyone right now. He knows about Avim's location, and so does Avim know about their location as well. But just exchange of shots right now, nothing serious. Catched and Rattlum, the two hard breaches, make their way from construction entrance as the hatch has been opened by Buck. And Rattler gets a kill onto Helix, so that means Goyo is now gone. Safao is the only standing operator. Buck's vertical play will start as Safao is out of the C4s right now. He cannot throw those. Megami gets a kill onto Avim, so that means it's now down to a 3v3. 1 minute now left, and this round can go into any way, but I think it is tilting a little towards Kira as Rattle will open the construction wall now, and that will leave Safao in a very vulnerable spot, especially from behind. Rattle and Catch playing construction, meanwhile Khajiit playing by the main breach. Mist is still playing near rafters, and I think he knows about IQ's location. He will peek out wide but won't spot anyone right now as the mute jammer successfully a flashbang to burn the ADSs, and the frag grenade from Jaeger didn't save. Well, got the mute jammer, sorry. Safao trying to go for shots onto Rattler, but Rattler will be the winner of that gunfight as it's now down to a 3v2. Rattler himself will be taken out 1v2 on as Mist gets a kill onto Khajiit. Catch will get a kill onto Megami, and that means Mist is the only surviving defender now left, but Catched is the only surviving attacker. 10 seconds left, the plant is going down. The plant will successfully go down. Pre-fire will come from Mist, but to no avail. Catch still holding Cashium, not falling back, playing very aggressively. Mist will go for pre-fire once again, and this time Catch knows Mist's location, will go prone, but it will be Mist who wins the gunfight, and HawX Vanquishers win round number 3 and make it 2-1.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
This time we're seeing basement being held by HawX Vanquishers once again. The last time they held basement, it didn't go in their favor. More specifically, 2 rounds didn't go in their favor. Now that they've chosen CCTV, they've gained 1 round point for their team. But let's see if history repeats itself over the this time. HawX Vanquishers win basement against Kira Esports.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds left. Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and
This time Avin will once again be coming in from CCTV and from the roof of logistics, though there is no roam, and well, there is no roam at all. There is no vigil. In fact, there are 2 SS operators and Cade, Pulse and Jaeger as the remaining 3. So no roam being placed by HawX Vanquishers right now, And yeah, Kira Esports will take real advantage of that, as Zofia and Maverick have already entered pool table, and Maverick will start opening the hatches. Hibana is droning out stage. She has beamed it clear as Buck drones out second floor, and it will also be empty. Kira Esports within 1 minute have taken control of 2 out of the 3 floors of the map, and that just goes to show how powerful and how much necessary a roam is. At least just try and delay the attackers. Even 30 seconds, even a delay of 30 seconds would have proved really beneficial for HawX Vanquishers, as a C4 comes in from from Helix, but once again to no avail. Safao still holding the armory boxes along with Divicchio, and Megami holding utility room once again, but no casualties being taken by any of the teams, at least for now. Drone will be thrown by IQ, and the new jammers are there to not let any information go by. Helix is holding the close angle onto Moto Hat, though he himself will be spotted just now. C4 will be successful from Dimichio as Avim the Buck goes down, and I think he went there. Not sure where Buck died. I think he died in freezer. Alright, so quite unfortunate for Buck, but just goes to show you need to vertically play from 2 floors above. Hibana will open the main church wall, though she'll open just a tiny part of it rather than all of Excarios, but still that is enough for now, as Zofia will be able to throw her she'll be able to throw her grenade now to get the new jump, but that might just get the Hibana Excarios also. Megami will land a shot onto Khajiit. Meanwhile, Catch gets a kill onto Helix. Cade will get into a gunfight, but he will damage Zofia heavily as she is down 5 HP. Megami himself will go down as Catch lands a beautiful shot onto him. Meanwhile, Catch looking from the motor hatch, not finding anybody. Zofia once again going for the wide pick with the pre-fire, not spotting anybody. Safao right now holding the angle on utility room. Divicchio goes down, that leaves Safao and missed. The only 2 surviving defenders. Plant is going down from Kira Esports. Safao will successfully down Zofia, and she will be taken out. 2v1 now as Mist also gets taken out. It's all down to Safao right now. Hibana is going for pre-fire but won't spot. Very passive from Kira Esports. That is nice. Safao's location is known. He's the one that has to be aggressive. Not a lot of bullets left in his SMG-11 for now. Just 39 in total, and those aren't a lot. Maverick will be spotted, but Safao will miss the shots unfortunately, as Kira Esports win round number 4 and make it 3-1 in their favor. Tachanka being 6th pick by HawX Vanquishers, and his rework isn't here just yet. We'll have to wait till season 3 for that. But after that, honestly speaking, I mean, I'm diverting from the match a little bit, but honestly speaking, I think Tachanka would be a really viable operator. He'd be a smoke, but much better. His LMG would be great. He would be a 3 armor that makes him an even better anchor, and not to mention his grenade fire gadget. And that's basically Smoke's canister, but on steroids basically. Though they won't be able to penetrate walls like how Smoke's canisters can do, they'll still be a great thing. They can bounce off walls unlike Smoke's canisters, so technically you can bounce them off walls. They would come into play especially on places like cabinet on border 2nd floor, then coastline when you're trying while that default pool plant is going down behind the bomb. Those are the places that his fire grenades would really be useful. I honestly speaking, as much as we meme on Tachanka, I'm really interested to see how he pans out for the competitive scene and for the regular scene as well in Rainbow Six Siege. But coming back to the match now, 30 seconds into the action phase are over. The attackers will be coming in from Dirt, so this is the first time that a little appreciation to Dirt has been shown by the attackers. Maverick is opening a snipe hole, though he has used a lot of his he has used almost all of his magnet blue almost all of his blowtorch, and oh, I think that's a glitch that we see. But he'll be able to successfully drone out as Avim gets tagged heavily, and this is the angle that HawX Vanquishers and Kira, both of them are, you know, contesting really heavily for. And right now none of them are successful. Who is successful is Khajiit, as he gets a lands a kill onto Megami. So that means Bandit is now unfortunately out of the mix. Two C4s will be thrown by the one C4 will be thrown by the defenders, but to no avail. Mist will be flashbanged as he watches for a defender. Cover fire is coming from his side, but he will once again back off. C4 has been used. He can all he can do is scan. The frag grenade will make him reposition as Hibana is holding the angle. He will spot a defender. He will go for cover fire, but once again, it is just shots that are being traded right now. Hibana is also looking for the Ash is also looking for the angle, and Ash is tagged really heavily now. Ash is roughly down to 20 HP. She's playing aggressive. So is Maverick, and so is Hibana, to be honest. Kitchen is really being contested by these people. Hibana and Zofia are going for a diverted attack, and they might just be able to catch someone off guard, though with the drone being there. I think Cade knows about their plans, but Cade himself will be taken out by Zofia as we see a great shot from Kira Esports, and they are currently in the advantage right now. Ash will open yet another hole as Mist is the only one holding armory for now. He is playing dirt very aggressively. Smoke canister will blow off, and that will keep the attackers off the side, but just for 10 seconds. Hibana and Zofia will be spotted in dirt. Meanwhile, another operator will be spotted in kitchen. Helix will land a kill onto Zofia. Meanwhile, Hibana will also die by the hands of Mist, but Mist will also die by the hands of Avim. That means it's now down to a 3v2, 15 seconds left. Oh, this is going to be really interesting. Safau is holding Moto Hatch. Though IQ is coming in from the long hallway, and IQ will now unfortunately die, and so will Ash. It's all down to a 1v2. Maverick gets a kill onto Helix, but he is unfortunate and unable to land a kill on the final operator, that is Safau, and HawX Vanquishers win round number 2.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
This time, as the final round of the first half dawns on both the teams, we're seeing CCTV being held by HawX Vanquishers, and I think it's going to be the same strategy. Mute and Goya once again being played. So is Doc. So no changes in the operator lineups of both the teams. They aren't trying to outsmart their opponent, but rather outplay them. As this time, let's see how this round pans out for both teams. Last time we saw CCTV being held. Kira Esports were not the winners. It was in fact HawX Vanquishers who had won the round. And yeah, let's see if it is different this time or not.
Device activated.
Locate and defuse the bomb.
Ordnance is ready. AD is active in the sector.
Reloading!
All explosive razor wire is deployed. Stay clear of ADS lineup.
This time Safau is holding heavily into logistics office as Avim opens the hatch, and Safau still very aggressive for a Mute. You know, usually it is an operator with a much better gun combo, though Mute's SMG-11 is a very good secondary gun. I wouldn't say it's the best, you know, compared to what the attackers bring, especially someone like Avim, who's the buck who brings the C8, such a powerful gun. Alright, now we see Megami onto the garage storage chest, still watching out for any vertical play coming from any of the defenders, but coming from the attackers. But from the looks of it, it doesn't look like there will be a lot of vertical play, as horizontal is what Kira are focusing on at the moment. Buck accidentally flashes himself and Zofia as they have to fall back into construction. Maverick is also present with them, so very heavy construction hold. Meanwhile, garage is completely left barren from them, and in a way so is the main breach. Not necessarily, but still construction is something that they are focusing on at the moment. Zofia successfully opens the Goyo barricade as Goyo himself goes down and goes out as Khajiit lands kill onto Helix. That leaves Safau the only person in cash room at the moment. He's being droned out heavily. He has no more bullets. His SMG-11. Devicio needs to come for his rescue. He will go for pre-fire onto construction, but to no avail. Safe reload will come from Safau, but now Hibana will start opening the main breach on construction, and she will be successful as there is no mute jammer to contest it. That means Safau stuck in a really bad location. Devicio needs to help him. He is trying to peek wide but not spotting anyone, and Safau himself will be taken out. 5v3 now in favor of Kira Esports, as Mist still holding garage rafters. Meanwhile, Devicio is going for flanks. He will be flashed. Now he's completely flashed. Megami coming in from top east stairs. Two bullets. Well, now 0 as Devicio also goes down. Mist spots, and Zofia gets caught in a pinch as she gets taken out. Mist and Megami still the two operators that are alive right now. Diffuser will be spotted by the defenders, but Mist will be taken out by Khajiit from the main breach that I think HawX Vanquishers were overlooking below. And Megami himself will also get caught in a really bad position as Kira Esports win round number 6. This time we are seeing a CCTV hold come from Kira Esports, and Castle is being picked, and I'm really excited to see how Castle will play out. A triple hard breach coming from HawX Vanquishers, but touching upon Castle once again. Whether Castle, will he Castle off CCTV window, construction window, and the entrance of bedroom, or whether he'll Castle off first floor, and that's something that as of yet I have not seen teams play. But a strategy I had picked about was to Castle of Stock, Stock entrance, Castle of Wolf entrance, and to Castle of the entrance in garage storage as well. Of course, your roamers will be stuck in a really bad position, as that leaves the main central stairs the only place to come to reach second floor by. But that wastes so much time of the attackers, as sure, vertical play can happen safely in cash room, but the main vertical happen especially when an operator like Bandit is being played. Though right now we are not seeing any anti-breacher by Kira Esports. That's also very interesting. And fairly regular castle barricades on the... this is an interesting setup from Kira, to be honest. They have completely rotationed off garage, like both the rotations, no rotation, both reinforcements, castle barricades, so they have completely overlooked garage at all, and that saves them 4 reinforcements in total. And I'm not seeing those 4 reinforcements being placed anywhere right now. Of course, one of them is used on this main breach, but once again, very interesting setup. The last castle barricade on the logistics entrance, though, it's a very interesting setup. If we get to see it once again, I think a much better analysis can be provided. I think I can let's see how that plays out. I'm really interested to see how Kira Esports think this round is going to play out, and how HawX Vanquishers think this round will work out for them, as unlike some other setups, CCTV is completely being overlooked, so is garage. A lot of focus is being placed on the western side of the map, as Valkyrie is playing there, but Hibana is also there. So they are playing quite aggressive into the western side, but they've completely overlooked Garage in itself. That's the trade-off that Kira Esports have gone for at the moment. And missed along with Thermite. Sorry, missed along with Maverick will now open up the main breach as Zofia plans on entering from Garage, but once again there is no one to contest her. She'll after she will drone it out with the help of Megami and IQ, who is IQ. She'll completely take control. She'll open the main wall, and I think Khajiit will be the first line of defense that HawX Vanquishers will have to get through in order to take control of CCTV. But my magnet will be thrown by Rattler. But once again, this goes to show that HawX Vanquishers are completely focusing on CCTV. Khajiit will have no other option other than to play a little aggressively. He is trying his best. There are a lot of my magnets to his help. 3, and no, not to mention Jaeger ADSs, but none of them will work out as HelX lands a shot. Rattler will get a land a shot onto Divicchio as now I think with CCTV control being taken by the attackers, this can really work out for them. The diffuser is with Mist, though Rattler will get yet another kill, this time onto Megami. Avim will get a kill onto Mist, meanwhile Safao gets a kill onto Catch. That means it's now down to a 3v2 this time in favor of Kira Esports. And Helix will go for a pre-fire, won't be able to spot anyone. As 15 seconds left, I have to say this round has really worked out for Kira Esports. 2v2 now. Hibana takes a lot of damage. She tries to come in and she gets a kill, but Maverick himself gets dies now. She gets a shot onto Avim, but 1v1 now. And she had the diffuser. She could have gone for the plant, but I don't think she would have been successful as Kira Esports win the round, but by thin of a hair margin. You know, it was so close, and that setup, that was very interesting to say. Though I think with Jaeger not dying from that frag grenade, if any of the Vamai magnets would have picked that up, I think Jaeger would have been able to hold off the attackers for much longer, especially considering there was a cover for him from top east stairs, so no attacker could have waltzed into the side. But still, that was a very interesting setup from Kira. That was a very nice one. That's all I have to say. You know, I really like that setup, and let's see if we get to see more of these strange and interesting setups.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Unfortunately for Kira, one of the members has disconnected, so they'll have to play at a disadvantage. Sorry, they'll have to play at a disadvantage, as with the preparation phase now being over. This is more for a standard setup, you know, inside, nothing special. Same rotation that HawX Vanquishers went for, from Armory towards Long Hallway. One rotation from Armory to Blue, to Utility Room also, so roughly the same strategy, nothing special right now. Megami, the Nomad, will be coming in from Strip. Meanwhile, 2 out of 3 hard breachers, all 3 hard breachers will put their focus on kitchen and trying to get the kitchen hatch open. And there is nothing being contested right now in Armory. Armory is completely clear. Kira, one of them is playing in utility, Avim is playing in dirt. Khajiit comes back via main stairs and so does Valkyrie. So they are coming back to side. They are playing a little anchor heavy right now. As with the hatch being open, Valkyrie will try and throw a C4. She has a cam in kitchen, but she knows there is no defender playing there just yet. There is no Jaeger, there is no pulse being played by Kira, but rather the other FBI operator is going to be Catch playing Castle. And Avim still pushing dirt strongly, not finding anyone right now. As I believe a C4 has been thrown from Valkyrie, yes, but to no avail. She spots one operator playing by the Moto hatch, but unable to land shots. And Thermite now opens up dirt, as I think this time now Avim will be focusing on that. He hears the drone coming his way, though. Oh, not sure what happened over there, but I think we are over with the technical issues. As now Khajiit will be looking out. Esports Nomad Aja will shoot that as Miss lands a kill onto Avem, so that means it's 3v5 in favor of HawX Vanquishers. Khajiit will try to get Helix down and will be successful, but he is himself on roughly 5 HP now. Mist now also kills, but Mist gets refragged as he got a shot on Khajiit, but Cats gets a refrag on him. That leaves Safau. Megami also goes down, and so does Divicchio, so that leaves Safau the only attacking operator left. 35 seconds, the diffuser is completely dropped in Armory, completely on the other side of the map, and the tables have turned on HawX Vanquishers right now. He is speaking out, he's looking for any defender, but not spotting anyone right now. Catch is playing by the Armory boxes, meanwhile Valkyrie is also playing by the diffuser. Very laid back, and there is not enough time to drone for Safau. He has no other option other to come in. His location is now revealed by the camera and also by the pre-fire shots, as Castle is looking out for him, but there's nothing that that Safau can do right now, as he has no other choice other than to accept defeat. He will go for a frag and will be successful in getting catch, but Kira Esports win round number 8 sorry. And with them winning that round, it is now match point 6-2 in their favor. Gym and bedroom is going to be held from their side, as we're seeing Ella finally coming to play, and Zofia. So both the Polish sisters are going to play against each other. And apart from that, we're also seeing Twitch coming from HawX Vanquishers, and the 3 hard breachers. That's going to be Thermite, Hibana and Maverick. And finally, we're also seeing Vigil, and Twitch will be 6 picked, and so will be Castle. Twitch to Nomad, that's a fairly regular ban, and that's a fairly regular pick that HawX are picking for. And Vamai Jaeger combo being run by Kira Esports, so fairly standard picks. What I really want to see with the Castle was one more of these unique setups. You know, that CCTV setup really intrigued me into how Kira were playing that. And one of the people from HawX Vanquishers has also left. So now it's even Stevens in a way, but not necessarily as 4v4 now. Kira Esports have the advantage right now with 6-2 being the score in their favor. Sorry.
ADS deployed and ready to go.
Left before insertion. Bomb located by
This time on gym and bedroom, one thing interesting that HawX have gone for, that Kira have gone for, is not contesting cash at all. No reinforcement, no castle barricade, nothing. Maybe it's because they are a man down, but sorry, after a technical difficulty, we are now over that, as Vigil and Ella will be holding main stairs, and Mist lands a kill onto Jaeger, so that means it's now down to a 3v4 in favor of HawX Vanquishers right now. The main breach is finally open. Khajiit still in logistics, trying to clear off any attackers, not spotting anyone right now. Avim is still playing fairly aggressive, you know, and she is trying to peek out the main, the outside balcony, trying to catch any attacker, but I don't think she'll find anyone. Safau is playing by the main breach. She will drone out Ella as she's trying to land shots on her, but Ella will now safely retreat back to construction. And now finally a barricade coming in from Ella, but pre-fire coming in from Safau won't prove useful. Ella goes for a wide pick, and I don't think her location is known. 2v4 now as Helix gets a kill onto Khajiit. That means the diffuser is also now planted. Ella has no other choice other than to fall back to site. Her location is now known, and she tried to go for a run out, but will be shut down. 1v3 catch gets a kill onto Helix. That means he himself will be taken out in HawX Vanquishers. Win round number 9 and make it 6-3.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Alright, so we're seeing a range of technical difficulties happening, though it is not in favor of HawX Vanquishers. One of the players, Megami, has returned, but unfortunately the game puts them to the side of Kira, and that's something that I recommend CSGO, for the players to be able to choose their sides. This I can curse at Rainbow Six all day, but I don't think they'll change anything. But what will change is the setup that Kira are going for at the moment. There is a rotation and a reinforcement connecting cache.
5 seconds to go. Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
Reloading on ammo.
Reloading! Deploying ATS.
Right, so this time Maverick will once again go on to the main breach, as this time CCTV will be held by Kira Esports, and this time they're going for a default plant. Thermite will be successful in opening the main breach, as there is no anti-breacher, so no contesting of no electrifying, nothing of that sort from side of Kira 8 now. And with the main breach now open, CCTV is now completely left stranded by Kira. There's nothing they can do to contest it. And Khajiit along with Cash are playing by the main breach, and they will be successful in getting a kill onto Mist. That means Thermite is now gone, but still, that leaves Maverick and Hibana as two operators. Devichu will be spotted, but so will Catch on garage rafters, as Devichu can do one thing, and she can open the main the rotation wall in connecting garage rafters to site. But not sure how that would pan out. Khajiit gets a kill onto Helix, so that means it's now down to a 4v2. The diffuser is now dropped, and Khajiit now falls back along with this is a run out coming from them. But C4 will be thrown, and C4 will be successful. No, it won't be successful, but because it is Avim who gets the kill onto Devichu, and that means Safau is the only surviving operator, but I don't think anyone knows about her location just yet. She's entering construction, but she might enter cache now. She has entered cache, and her location is now known by Avim. Vigil, she is speaking out. Will he spot her, or will she get the kill onto him? This is for fate to decide. 1 minute left. Kira Esports on match point. If they win this round, they win the match. And HawX Vanquishers, all of their hopes are lined on this one woman. That's going to be Safa. Vigil will peek wide, and he will be successful as Kira Esports win round number 10 and eventually win the match. Right, with that match being won, here's a look at the final scorecard. You can look at it for as long as you want, but that doesn't change the fact that both teams played absolutely tremendously, especially Kira Esports, winning at 7-3 for their team. And before we part off for the day, I'd just like to touch upon how this match affected the leaderboard standings. Not by a lot. HawX Vanquishers are still at number 3 position, though I think some changes to Kira and Decoy Dreams has happened. Currently, it is going to be Kira Esports who now are going to be once again on the top. Decoy Dreams had overtaken them by winning a match and gaining 25 points in total. But with this victory, Kira are now standing strong at 27 points and they are on an undefeated streak, and I think the only other team to do that is Quantum G1 in Group 8, so two very strong teams. And let's see if they meet each other in the double elimination phase. That still has a few days to go through, and still, apart from that, this has been the Critical X League hosted by Critical X, powered by Game.tv. I'm your host, therealCCV, and we'll come back really soon, and we'll come back tomorrow with even more exciting matches and even more crucial matches that decide the team's fates in this league and in the double elimination phase. Till then, take care, bye bye, see you soon.